That poor man. Alright, try again.
Online.
Take 2.
How can I help you?
Activate the neutron purge.
I'm sorry, but I can't do that
Here you
without
go.
proper code authorization.
Code input 875020079.
It's true, I need to
Code
loot the
Omega
bodies
level
more.
Execution.
Verified. Code Omega execution in 120 seconds.
Alright. Oh god. Singularity. Let's do a little lift. Let's also shoot. Wait. Ouch. Let's push. Let's lift. Push. Ow. Garrus. It's a barrier. It's warp. Stasis. Ooh, goodness. Let's do another heal real fast. Oh my god, do you see our mini-map? Looks so disgusting right now. Okay, everybody out. Come on, let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Alright. Y'all fine? Let's do one more heal. Alright. Let's just leave. That was a lot! Oh, there it goes. There goes that purge. That was totally us. Alright, guys. Oh, I can't go back down that way. I guess we're done here? Like, I wouldn't mind talking to Ventrellis and be like, hey, dude, we fixed your shit, you know? But it looks like... Can I summon the elevator? No, I can't. Okay, yeah, I can't go back down there. I guess we're done here. Maybe Ventrellis will be at the other end. Maybe he's like, hey, thanks for doing that. Thanks for helping our people. Alright. Liara, how do you feel that we just killed your mother? I know this place needs elevator music. It definitely needs at least some music. Oh, that's it.
What's our next move, Commander? Head for the Mu relay?
Not so fast.
The Mu relay could link to dozens of systems. Unless we know exactly where Saren's going, we'd just be wasting our time.
The Commander is right. We cannot rush off blind. We still need to learn more about Saren.
Who put you in charge? Did the Commander resign?
Calm down, Ashley.
We're all on the same team here, Williams. She's just trying to help.
I'm gonna let you die,
Commander.
alright? If you keep saying this, I'm gonna let you die.
Look, this is a tough mission. We're all on edge. Everyone go get some rest. Crew dismissed.
Novaria report is away, Commander. You want me to patch you through to the Council?
Yeah, let's do it.
Patch him through, Joker.
Setting up the link now, Commander.
Is this report accurate, Commander? You found Rachni on Novaria?
Yep.
And then release the Queen. Do you have any idea what you've done? How many generations until they overrun the galaxy?
They won't. They gave me a solid pinky promise they won't do it.
This queen is different. She understands why her kind had to be wiped out last time around.
I hope you're right, Shepard. Our children's children will pay the price if you're not.
We'll be waiting for your next report, Commander.
Look, I got a solid pinky promise from her. She said, I will not let my children eat your children, okay? And I'm like, are you sure? Because that would be nice if you didn't. Let's go talk to Joker. What's this? A little codex? Joker, what do you think about my decision, huh? What do you think, Joker?
Boy, am I glad to be off of Novaria. I don't know which was worse, the cold or the corporations. One will freeze your balls off, the other will sell them out from under you. With all due respect, Commander.
Ship status
How's the
report.
Normandy performing? Is she everything they said she'd be?
She's the best ship in the fleet. Balance isn't what you'd expect. The Normandy's probably too much ship for your average Alliance pilot, Commander.
I have to go.
Okay,
Alright,
well,
see ya.
that was nice to talk to you briefly. Everything else we already talked about. Alright, let's go downstairs and talk to our crew. See how they're holding up. Hello? So I think everybody up here is like the people you can romance, and everyone downstairs is just like extras, right? Caden, what did you think of our crew? What do you think of that last encounter, huh? God, it's so creepy how I walked up to
You
him.
have some time to talk now, Commander.
Absolutely.
Of course. Have a seat.
We've played it pretty close to the book so far, but we're a long way from back.
We can
We've
romance.
got some tough calls to make. I'm just saying, try to leave yourself a way out. I've seen what cutting corners can do, and I'd hate to have that happen to you, Shepard. Commander.
How informal.
That's not the appropriate way to address your commanding officer, Lieutenant.
Oh, look at us getting flirty in here.
Maybe I got a bad signal. I mean, if you're a... Maybe there's someone else you'd rather confide in.
Like who?
All right, Alenko. Off the record, permission to speak candidly, cross my heart and hope to die. What are you talking about?
Dr. Tassoni, ma'am. There's a lower deck rumor that she's,
Oh! Ooh!
source of...
Ooh!
She's a very interesting lady. To my, tastes, but, I never claimed to be big on feminine culture.
Are you
You
jealous?
seem awfully worried about my personal affairs.
It's just that we don't have much downtime these days. I like being around you, but I don't
This
want to
love
take up
triangle
your
I'm starting.
personal time.
Well, I'm here, aren't I?
Look, you didn't want to talk about Liara, did you? What's your real issue?
You're right. Sorry. It wasn't, Liara's not my main concern. I'm not questioning any decision you've made, Shepard. Let me be clear about that. It's just my experience that once someone lets something slide, it tends to pick up speed. You get my meaning?
Did you have a bad experience?
Talk to me, Caden. You got a little black rain cloud sitting over your head.
I'll try to keep the deck dry. You know the records about the biotic training out on Jump Zero? They're all classified. Because the Alliance made mistakes. After first contact, Kinetics was set up to track Element Zero exposures and develop implants for humans. Once we had an embassy on the Citadel, Kinetics could bring in experts.
Oh, my goodness. Forgive her. Thank you so much for that resub. Drop them big bears. We got it. Experts?
The only experts would have to be aliens.
Dead on. Turians, actually. That's why Kinetics kept it a secret. They were afraid of what people back home would think, asking the Turians for help when we just fought a war with them.
Okay, well, why not the Asari?
And the Asari would have been more acceptable than the Turians.
Yes, but the company didn't go through the Citadel. It would have made Earth look weak, so they discreetly hired some Turian mercenaries.
Okay. Well, I'm sure they meant well.
I'm sure Kinetics did what they thought was best.
It wasn't best for us. They brought in an ex-military Turian named Commander Vernus. To introduce himself, he liked to say, "I was at the helm of the dreadnought that killed your father."
Oh, that's nice of him.
Well, I told him my dad wasn't in the war. He'd retired to Vancouver. My family had an inland home that matured to new beachfront. Vernus had it in for me after that. He cut corners, pushed hard. I mean, you either came out a Superman or a wreck.
I'm confused on where this conversation is going. I thought you were jealous of Liara.
When you cut corners, it's not always obvious who pays for it.
So why tell me all this?
So why are you telling me this? Is there something I can do to help you get over it?
I'm 32, Shepard. You don't serve as
Oh,
long
such
as
a
I have
baby.
without coming to terms with yourself. You also learn that if someone is special to you, you help them. Try to keep them from making mistakes.
Special? Moi?
Special, huh?
If I'm out of line, just say the word.
You're not.
You're not out of line, Caden. But there are regs.
I get you, Shepard. I don't make a habit of complicating the chain of command. Just think about what I said.
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
I've wasted enough of your time for now, Commander.
Okay,
We'll have time for
fine.
personal debriefings later.
We'll talk later.
Fine.
I'd like that.
All right. Okay. So I have romanced Caden in the past, and I was thinking maybe like it'd be kind of cool to hang out with Liara. But talking to him, I'm
Yes,
like,
Commander? Is there
I
something you
forgot
need?
there's a reason why I
should go.
sort of like hanging out with
Goodbye,
Caden. It's weird, like broody, awkward that I'm attracted to. This game does have character customization, Mihaela.
If you are here to talk about Benezia's death, you need not bother. She brought it upon herself.
You don't feel bad?
Don't pretend it doesn't bother you. She was your mother.
She was. But she was not. I prefer to remember Benezia as she used to be, before she was corrupted by Sovereign's power.
Oh, she's still with
The
you.
best of your mother lives on in you. Her determination, her intelligence, her strength.
That is kind of you to say. I appreciate your concern, but I am fine. Benezia chose her path, just as I have chosen mine. I am with you until the end, Shepard.
Maybe we could pick up where we left off. You were telling me about your interest in the Protheans.
Actually, I think I was talking about my interest in you.
Oh.
And making a fool of myself in the process. As I said, I am not used to dealing with people, especially humans. I did not really know much about your species when we first met, Shepard. I found it hard to take humanity seriously. Your kind always seemed so rushed and high-strung.
Well, that's because we live so much shorter than you do.
We don't have the luxury of time. And Asari can live for 1,000 years. We're lucky if we hit 150.
That is true. At first I thought that was a weakness of your species. After spending time with you and your crew, however, I think it may actually be an advantage. You humans are creatures of action. You pursue your goals with an almost indomitable determination. It is an admirable trait, but also an intimidating one.
Intimidating?
You're scared of us?
Unfortunately, the rest of the galaxy sees humanity as something of a bully. You run over anyone in your path to get what you want. It is up to people like you to change their minds, Shepard.
Oh, me? Moi?
Why me?
There is a reason the Council chose you to become a Spectre. They saw something special in you. The best of what humanity has to offer.
Oh, that's
I
a poor
looked into your
choice.
history.
That's a poor
I
choice.
know what happened on Akuz. The fact that you survived shows a remarkable strength.
Oh, I mean, you could have asked.
You didn't need to go behind my back. I would have told you whatever you wanted to know.
I apologize, Commander. After our last conversation, I was afraid I would say something stupid again. I wanted to know more about you, to understand what made you into the woman you are. There is something compelling about you, Shepard.
I want to believe that.
Are you sure you're interested in me? Or is it my visions of the Protheans?
I admit, your connection to the Protheans had something to do with my initial interest, but it has grown beyond that. You intrigue me, Shepard, but I was not sure if it was appropriate to act on my feelings.
I'm torn.
I thought there might already be a relationship between you and Lieutenant Alenko.
It's not that
The
serious.
lieutenant and I are just friends. Nothing more.
My mistake, then. I am not as adept at understanding human relationships as I thought.
Look, he...
But what about us, Shepard? Is there a mutual attraction, or was I wrong about that too?
I mean, I'm not gonna say no.
No. You aren't. There is something between us.
I knew it, and I knew you felt it too. But does this not seem rather strange? Why do I feel so close to you?
Because you just lost your mother and
We
you're
have
trying to
only
cling
known
on to
each
the next
other a short
relationship.
time. We are from two different species. We have almost nothing in common. This makes no sense.
It doesn't have to.
These things never make sense. They just happen and we get swept up in the storm.
You make it sound so chaotic, so dangerous.
Are you scared? That's why it's fun.
A little danger makes things exciting.
This is all a bit overwhelming. I am not used to this. You. I need some time.
It's a lot to handle. I understand.
Take all the time you need, Liara. I'll be here.
Thank you, Shepard. Let's just talk about something else for now.
I should go.
Goodbye, Shepard.
See ya. Wish they'd have a non-binary Shep. Yeah, I feel like this game, it's just, this game was like made over 10 years ago. Honestly, it's like what? It's 2021. It's a, oh, my math is bad. 14 years ago? It's a little outdated. Let's just put it that way. But they at least allow you to have lots of options. I feel like there's a lot more limited options for the men. But it's getting there.
What do you want, Shepard?
Why did you become a mercenary?
Lots of reasons.
Yeah?
Such as?
Such as, I needed to get out of our system. I needed to eat. I needed to survive.
Why not stay and help your people?
I tried to help. That's why I had to leave.
In future sci-fi games, you hope they don't lock it to male-female genders. Yeah, I agree with that. I think they're getting better. They're definitely getting a lot better.
What happened?
I was betrayed.
No, Rex, don't be
I was
betrayed.
head of a small tribe. We were trying to restore order after the war, but the other tribes were against us. They followed Jared, one of the few warlords who survived the war with the Turians. But he was old, and so were his ideas. He wanted to continue the war. He wanted us to fight. Turians, Solarians, each other. It didn't matter who, as long as we were fighting.
What about you? Oh, well, yeah, what about you?
What did you want?
I just wanted Jared to shut up, to stop his ranting. I wanted him to stop leading the tribes astray. But he couldn't understand how much things had changed. We didn't have the numbers to go to war. Even if we did, the genophage made sure we couldn't replenish our numbers fast enough.
God, Rex, that's why you're so cool.
Told them all to forget about war. We needed to focus on breeding, at least for one generation. And for a while, we were getting through. Some of the tribes started coming around.
So what happened to Jared?
I take it the warlord didn't appreciate that.
No, he didn't. He arranged a crush with the tribes. A meeting on neutral ground. He wanted to talk. We met at the Hollows, near the graves of our ancestors. The skulls of our dead laid bare to remind us where we come from, and where we all go. It's as sacred as any Krogan place can be. Violence is forbidden.
And I'm guessing that Jared broke the rules.
Sounds like a trap to me. You must have suspected as much.
I did. But when your father invites you to a crush, there are some
It was your father?
we hold sacred.
What?
Jared was your father?
He was. Until that day. We talked, but we didn't get anywhere. When it was clear that I wouldn't join him, he gave the signal. His men leapt from the graves of our ancestors like Krogan undead. The few that were loyal to me died quickly.
Oh no.
I escaped with my life, but not before I sank my dagger deep into my father's chest. That is why I left, and that's why I'll never go back.
Oh, I'm sorry, Rex.
You must have family other than your father. Don't you miss them?
You trying to make me cry, Shepard?
No.
I've got some unfinished business with my family.
I can't wait to do his personal mission. Really?
What kind of business?
Before I left, I made an oath to my father's father. I swore to recover my family's battle armor.
Yeah.
It was taken from him after the uprising.
Where is it?
Who has it?
Originally, it was taken by the Turian military. We weren't allowed armor or weapons after the war.
Grandpappy Rex.
Now, it's in the hands of Con Actus, a Turian scum who collects relics.
Well, guess who we're going to go find?
He's made millions selling Krogan artifacts that were stolen from my people. He's got several bases where he stores his goods, all fortified and guarded. I just don't know which base has my family's armor.
Look, I'll look for it.
Just tell me where to start looking.
I'll upload the data to your nav system. But Commander, I want to be there when you find him.
For sure, you could definitely come.
So long, Rex.
I like Rex. Rex is awesome. He's the best. Ashley, I don't care if you live or die.
Commander, good to see you.
You've been with C-Sec a while. Have you seen much action?
Well, not as much as you, but yeah, I've seen some interesting things.
Anything specific?
I bet you have. Anything in particular that stands out?
I remember this Solarian geneticist I was sent to investigate. That case was a bit disturbing.
How so?
What happened? Why were you investigating him?
I was tasked with tracking black market trade on the Citadel. Most of it harmless, nothing I needed to pursue. But during the course of my investigation, I noticed an increase in the trade of body parts, organs mostly.
Ew.
We usually get a few of those, but not the numbers I was seeing. We weren't sure if there was a new black market lab or if some freak was harvesting organs from citizens.
Why do people dislike Ashley so much? She's very abrasive, and she's also like sort of racist against all the other alien cultures on this ship, and she constantly like has to interject, being like, "Why do we trust these aliens? Why are they here?" And it's just it's really frustrating to have that voice constantly yelling at us. She's not great. She's just not great. Okay, you're used to seeing black market. Okay, really?
So what was it?
Both, actually. But it took us a while to figure that out.
What did you find?
So how did you figure out what was happening?
Yeah, she's basically space
we
bigot.
got hold of a sample and ran DNA tests. The weird thing was, the match led us to a Turian who was still alive and was very convinced he'd never lost his liver. After a bit of digging, I discovered this Turian worked briefly for Dr. Salion, the geneticist. So I went to his lab hoping to find evidence of cloned organ development, but there was nothing. No Solarian hearts, no Turian livers, not one Krogan testicle.
Krogan testicles, go on.
You're kidding, right? Why would anyone want Krogan testicles?
Some Krogan believe that testicle transplants can increase their virility, counteract the effects of the genophage.
It's fair.
It doesn't work, but that doesn't stop them from buying. They'll pay up to 10,000 credits each. That's 40,000 for a full set.
How much is a full set?
Somebody's making a killing.
Wait, 4,000? They have 4 testicles? Alright, what about the doctor?
What'd you do about the geneticist?
I brought in some of his employees for interrogation to see if I could get them to talk. While I was interviewing one of them, I came across something suspicious.
Well, that's the thing. They can't have babies because they most of the Citadel and Turians and other people thought the Krogan were becoming too much to handle, and so they decided to do, instead of a genocide, they decided to basically limit how much they can breed. So that's what the genophase is. And they basically destroyed their genetics to the point where they actually can't breed. Like their breeding success was like completely like eradicated. So I think out of like 1 out of 1,000 Krogan can breed or something like that. It's really bad. So that's why basically Rex was like, let's just like have babies. Let's just try to have babies. It's really messed up. And so that's why they were talking about like they think that maybe having like a testicle swap might fix it, but it's not. I will say the genophage does come back throughout the games. I'm not going to spoil it, but we can do things about that. Okay, while you're interviewing one, I came across something suspicious. What?
Yeah? Go on.
One of my detainees started bleeding profusely during the interview. We offered to patch him up, and he got frantic, freaked out. I ordered a full exam to find out what was going on. Our medics found incisions all over his body, some of them fresh. That was our big break. These people weren't just Dr. Salion's employees. They were test tubes. Walking, living test tubes.
Test tubes.
He was growing parts inside these people?
Exactly. He cloned their organs right inside their own bodies. Then he harvested them and sold them off.
Jeez.
Most of the victims were poor. He'd pay them each a small percentage of the sales, but only if the organs were good.
Jeez.
Sometimes an organ wouldn't grow properly, so he'd just leave it in them. Most of them were a mess, but only on the inside, hidden so nobody could see it.
Did you interview him?
I hope he got what he deserved.
That's the worst part. We never caught him.
What?
Why not? What the hell happened?
He ran, blew his lab, grabbed some of his employees, and headed for the nearest space dock. By the time I found out, his ship was already leaving. He threatened to kill his hostages if we tried to stop him.
I mean, we sort of did that earlier, so this is stupid of me to ask both these questions.
But you went after him anyway, right?
I ordered Citadel Defense to shoot him down, but CSEC headquarters countermanded my order. They were worried about the hostages, worried about civilian casualties if the ship was destroyed so close to the Citadel. I told them those hostages were dead anyway. He just used them to make more organs, but they wouldn't listen.
Yeah, I see.
Well, you can't get them all.
No, but letting him get away like that. All they had to do was disable that ship, stop him from running. Maybe the hostages die, maybe they don't, but at least we stopped the bastard responsible for it all.
Look, it was a tough
I
choice.
suppose I can see both sides. Well, what's done is done.
I suppose. Can't waste too much time worrying about it now. Just wish I could have stopped him. That's all.
Well, maybe we
You have
can.
any idea what happened to Dr. Salion?
I sent out feelers from time to time, hoping to find something. I thought I'd found him a while back. He changed ships and changed his name to Dr. Hart. His idea of a joke, I guess. I told the military, but they weren't convinced it was him. I got the transponder frequency for his new ship, but I just can't get anyone to check it out.
Well, I am a Spectre. Give it to
I'll
me.
check out the coordinates when I get a chance.
I was hoping you'd say that. But Commander, take me with you when you go. If it's Salion, I want to be there when you find him.
For sure. Oh, I love doing these quests. Let's go talk to Tali. Tali! What's up, girl?
Shepard, I'm glad you're here.
You feeling better?
Good to see you smiling again, so to speak.
I'm sleeping much better now. I guess I'm getting used to how quiet your ship is. I still think a lot about my pilgrimage, though. I know Starin's our top priority, but with all the worlds we go to, I was hoping to find something to bring back to the flotilla.
Yeah, you will.
We've still got a long way to go. You'll find something to take back.
Yes, but it cannot just be some derelict ship my people can use for salvage. It has to be more than that. There's a lot expected of me.
What's so special about you?
It's my father. He's the senior member of the Admiralty Board. He's one of only 5 people who can overrule the decisions of the Conclave for the good of the migrant fleet. My father is responsible for the lives of 17 million people. Our entire race is in his hands, and I'm his only child.
Your royalty?
So are you some kind of heir to the Quarian throne or something?
No, it doesn't work that way. My father's position isn't hereditary. I'll probably never serve on the Admiralty Board myself. Officially, I'm just the same as any other citizen, but it doesn't work that way in practice.
That's how it
People
always
have
is.
always treated me differently because of who my father is.
Yeah, preferential treatment.
You must get all kinds of special privileges.
I probably had it easier than most growing up, but it's not all good. People like my father have enemies, and they're not above using me to get to him.
Yeah, it is a lot of pressure.
On you.
My people place a
I
high
really
value
wish she
on
was romanceable
family
too,
and
Peachy.
ancestry. There's an unspoken expectation that I'll live up to my father's example. Everyone's waiting for me to do something great on my pilgrimage. Something that will forever change our lives for the better.
Yeah, that's a lot of,
It's like I failed, and
it's
that
a lot of
reflects
pressure.
badly on both me and my father.
What if we save the galaxy? Won't that say that help?
The work you're
That could be
here is
doing.
more important than anything any
We could do the
Quarian's ever done
Geths. Get rid of the Geth.
Yes, I know. But you have to understand Quarian culture.
We're a very insular society. The events beyond the flotilla don't much matter to the average citizen.
Yeah.
Our greatest dream is that one day we'll return to our homeworld and drive out the Geth. But even if we stop Saren, that's not going to happen. There's still millions of Geth behind the veil. Until they're gone, our exile will continue.
What would you need to bring back to make everyone happy?
Something that would help us better understand the Geth. They've changed significantly since the exile. They've continued to evolve. We've done our best to study them, but it's not easy. They're very reclusive. Until recently, they never went beyond the borders of the Veil. And all the Geth we run into now are under Saren's control. We'd need to find Geth operating on their own, independently.
Okay.
But I don't want this to get in the way of our mission, Shepard. First, we stop Saren. Then I'll worry about my own problems.
Tell me about
What was
your
your father like?
It wasn't easy growing up as the daughter of one of the Admiralty. Even before he joined the board, he was a prominent figure. People looked to him for leadership. He had to set an example, and he expected the same of his daughter. Plus, he was pretty strict. A military man through and through.
Mm-hmm.
He never allowed me to settle for anything less than excellence. As a kid, I sometimes felt like he was pushing me too hard. But now, I'm old enough to appreciate what he taught me. The world doesn't owe us anything. If we want something in life, we have to earn it.
Were you close?
Sounds like a tough upbringing. You don't resent your father at all?
Like I said, it wasn't easy. My father's not the kind of person you bond with. And he wasn't around all that much. Too busy.
Okay.
People counted on him, and he took his duties seriously. Even when he was around, he always seemed a bit distant. Like his mind was always somewhere else.
I mean, that's
Come to
fair.
think
You
of
said
it,
he controls
I can't
17
ever
million
remember
people.
seeing him smile. Not once. It's like he was always weighed down by all that responsibility. I mean, I know he cares about me, but he never really showed it. Not in the usual way. I guess the best thing I can say about my father is that I respect him.
How about your mama?
Who's your mother in all this?
Mother was around, but she always seemed to kind of blend into the background. Almost like she was overshadowed by my father. He tends to do that to people. She passed on about 5 years ago. Some airborne virus that swept through the fleet. Happens sometimes when the filters start to break down.
That's
I think
too bad.
my father took it pretty hard. After she was gone, he became even more focused on his work. I think that was his way of dealing with the grief.
I want to talk about something else.
Okay.
Like what?
I want to know more about the
I
Geth.
doubt I can tell you any. All I know is the story of their origins.
Okay.
What they were when we created them, and how they turned on us.
I feel like we've had this conversation already.
Over time, we made small modifications to their programming. To
Yeah,
allow them
we've
to
already had
perform
this
more
conversation.
But one thing we underestimated was many of the
I was
Geth's
hoping
logic
that we could
systems
just get the
were so-
coordinates
no,
to
not
this Geth that you're talking
but
about.
when they're in close proximity, they can coordinate low-level functional processes.
What made them rebel?
As you can imagine, this caused a near panic.
What did you do?
All right, yeah.
A general order went out across
Look.
all quarry.
You can't blame.
We feared the Geth would pursue us.
Okay.
See you later.
Okay. Well, we'll eventually get to her mission. Yep, just get back to work, right? Oh, man.